Hey there, my lovely army. It's BTS Love here. Can you believe it's already been 4 months since all our boys completed their service and came home to us? Time flies when you're in love, right? I know we've all been waiting breathlessly. Remember how the members spent July and August soaking up the sun in Los Angeles? Well, they were hard at work cooking up that new album scheduled for release next spring. But now, they're all back safe and sound in Korea, pouring their hearts into the final production stages. Just imagining them in the studio together makes me smile. And get this, according to our leader Namjoon, we can expect the album to drop around March of next year. I can barely contain my excitement. I'm already counting down the days. But for today, let's talk about our sunshine, HYBE, who wrapped up his incredible world tour back in June. You've probably heard the buzz. LE SSERAFIM dropped their first single, Spaghetti, on October 24th. When they released the teaser video, The Kick, to introduce the featured artist, my jaw hit the floor when it turned out to be none other than J-Hope. This is actually a huge moment because it marks the very first time our HYBE has featured on a track for a K-pop girl group. And finally, the wait is over. Spaghetti was officially released just yesterday. The lyrics are so clever and cheeky. They compare the feeling of not being able to get someone out of your head to a piece of spaghetti stuck between your teeth. It's this addictive alternative funk pop track that leaves a serious impression. Once you hear that melody, it just loops in your mind. I'm totally obsessed. The music video is a visual feast. Literally. Directed by Cho Won-tae, it features some bold new looks for the girls. They actually turned dinner plates and a dining table into their stage. It's such a unique concept. Through their label, Source Music, the girls shared a funny behind-the-scenes story. They said filming the scene with the tomato sauce felt exactly like taking a shower in marinara. Can you imagine? And within that incredible music video, there's HYBE, moving to that fast beat under the dazzling lights, striking those photogenic poses. He just oozes that world-class superstar aura. I think my heart skipped a beat watching him. He looked absolutely stunning. This beautiful musical connection actually started back in 2024 with J-Hope's special album, Hope on the Street, Volume 1. Remember when Yoonjin lent her voice to the track, I Don't Know? That was such a vibe. Now, J-Hope is returning the favor by supporting their comeback. It's so touching to see this genuine bond and trust between the senior and junior artists. It just warms my heart. Social media has been absolute chaos, in the best way possible, since the video dropped. Fans are screaming, "This is seriously too good to be true." One fan wrote, "I'm a die-hard HYBE stan. So obviously I'm wrecked by his charm, but wow, LE SSERAFIM is adorable too." I have to agree, the chemistry is perfect. Another comment said, "The moment it switched to HYBE's rap, I got literal chills. I can't wait to see the dance challenge with him and the girls." Oh, I am definitely waiting for that TikTok too. Someone else sweetly posted, "Thanks to LE SSERAFIM, we got to see real Hoseok in full force. Thank you." And of course, the comments about his vocals were everywhere. I live for HYBE's raspy voice. I love it when he sings just as much as when he raps. Same, Army, same. We just love everything he does, don't we? Aside from the praise for our sunshine, so many people are saying the song itself is super catchy. The LE SSERAFIM members also sat down to answer questions about working with him. When asked, "What is your most memorable conversation with the featured artist, BTS's J-Hope?" the girls had the sweetest things to say. Chaewon shared, "I was so thankful we got to speak with him. J-Hope Subanim told us he loved the track and really wanted to be a part of it." She added, "He gave us such kind words of support, which gave us the strength to work even harder." Isn't he just the sweetest? Sakura confessed, "I still remember getting goosebumps the first time I heard his recorded version." She said thanks to his feature, the song shines even brighter. and became even more charming. She added, "I will be grateful to him for the rest of my life." That nearly made me cry. Yunjin reflected on their history, saying, "Last year, I had the honor of joining his song, and now I'm so thankful he's joined ours." She described him perfectly as the literal kick, the secret ingredient that completes the track. Kazuha mentioned a special moment listening to his recording with the other members, saying, "It was so cool. We were all deeply moved." She also agreed that he was the essential spice, the kick that made their title track absolutely perfect. She responded with a voice full of emotion, telling us she was just overflowing with gratitude. She admitted, "It is honestly such a huge honor to be able to present a song alongside J-Hope, a senior I respect so deeply." Apparently, he kept telling her how amazing the track turned out, which gave her a massive confidence boost while she was preparing. She just kept saying, "Thank you so much," over and over again. It was incredibly sweet to hear. Speaking of excitement, LE SSERAFIM has their big Tokyo Dome concerts coming up next month on November 18th and 19th. Now here is the tea. Back in last month's Weverse Live, they teased a special guest, and whispers are flying around that it might just be our sunshine, HYBE. Can you imagine the chaos? Either way, we can't take our eyes off them. Let's hope for a surprise. But now, let's talk about the man of the hour, Jin and his Run Seokjin EP Encore Tour coming up on October 31st and November 1st. This grand finale is happening at the Incheon Moonhak Stadium. With the show just around the corner, yesterday, Big Hit Music released a special Q&A with Jin to get our hearts racing, and oh boy, did it work. First up, they asked him, "What are you looking forward to most at the Encore FanCon?" Our sweet Jin replied that during the last show, there was a game where ARMY sang and he had to guess the song title. He noticed some cuties posting online later, feeling sad because they couldn't sing it perfectly, and promising they would practice harder for next time. It just tugs at your heartstrings how adorable that is, doesn't it? Jin insisted. "I thought you all sang beautifully and had so much fun. That makes me look forward to this even more." Then he went into full protective boyfriend mode. "It is an outdoor venue, so it might be chilly. Please bundle up and dress warmly for me. Don't worry about the cold, though. I will take responsibility for heating up the atmosphere myself." He told us to come with fluttering hearts. Okay, next question. What has changed compared to the last tour? Jin explained that compared to the Goyang FanCon back in June, he has really expanded the scale and prepared a stage where he can get much, much closer to interact with all of you. He wants to be right there with you. He also completely revamped the medley setlist, though he shyly admitted he is a little worried if we will like it. He said, "There are songs I haven't sung in ages. I am honestly curious if my lovely armies will even remember them." He teased that there are special performances you will only see this one time, so we should definitely get our hopes up. Moving on, they asked, "What was the biggest lesson you learned from the last tour?" Jin opened up, saying how blissful it was to tour solo for the first time and meet armies in every city. He confessed there was a lot of pressure leading the show all by himself without the other members. But show after show, he learned how to steady himself and guide the performance better. He started paying way more attention to pacing his stamina and taking care of his physical condition. But most of all, he said your cheers gave him immense strength and a huge boost of confidence. "You guys reacted so much more enthusiastically than I ever worried you would," he said, sounding so touched. "I realized that as long as my body holds up, I can run alongside ARMY until the very end." "I am not crying, you are," then they asked. "With the show just a week away, what is the strongest emotion you are feeling right now?" And of course, he gave the perfect answer. "I just miss my armies so incredibly much." He said this whole concert started simply because he was dying to see you all. He is trusting in you guys and working his absolute hardest to get everything perfect. He admitted he is as nervous as his first show, but the excitement of seeing everyone waiting for him is winning. Above all, he said, I hope this becomes a time where both ARMY and I can let go and play to our heart's content. Finally, they asked for a tip on how to enjoy this. Show 100%. Jin's advice? He wants to share every single second with you. Since it is an encore, I want to create every moment together with ARMY, he told us. He wants you to stay focused and have a blast from the very first second to the last curtain call. He is even brainstorming ways to get physically closer to you guys. He believes your voices complete the show. When you look back, he wants the Run Suk-jin tour to remain a happy, joyful memory in your hearts. He is preparing with that exact feeling in mind and counting down the days until he sees your faces. And he cheekily added, I know you guys are already experts at running and playing wild, but... My darling ARMY, for this next part, I have just one little request for you. Please make sure you bring all your stamina because we are going to be jumping until our legs give out. You know what they say. The best way to experience Run BTS is to be running right alongside us in spirit. Isn't that just the perfect answer? That was a snippet from the Q&A session, and let me tell you, I am buzzing with excitement because they have completely refreshed the medley set list, bringing back songs we haven't heard in ages. I've heard whispers that there will be a special production element that you can only see at this specific show. It sounds absolutely magical. And get this, sweethearts. The encore performance is scheduled to last a whopping 150 minutes. That is 2.5 hours of pure bliss with our boys. When you compare it to the Go Yang concert, which was 120 minutes, that means we get an extra 30 minutes of love and music. It sounds like they aren't just swapping tracks out, but actually adding new ones to the list, which just makes my heart swell with gratitude. What a treat for us. Moving on to our worldwide handsome, Jin is gracing the cover of the Spur January 2026 special issue, and there was a delightful YouTube interview released alongside it. I simply have to share the details with you because his answers were just too charming for words. When they asked him, long hair or short hair, our Jin confidently chose long hair, and his reasoning was so honest, it made me want to hug him. He explained that he used to feel a bit unsure of himself with shortcuts, but long hair makes his confidence overflow. I think we can all agree he looks breathtaking either way. Then, when asked call or text, he gave the most relatable answer ever. He confessed that talking on the phone is actually a bit scary for him, and he really struggles with it. He said when the phone rings, he panics a little, wondering, oh no, what do I do? Should I answer? Should I let it go? It is so endearing to imagine him fussing over that. So he declared he is 99% a text message kind of guy, which I'm sure many of us can understand completely. Next up was Riviera Blue or Golden Sun. And he picked Riviera Blue because he feels it just lifts his mood instantly. I can just picture him surrounded by that beautiful color. He said, I choose Riviera Blue, with that signature sweetness. For the question, Cosmos or Earth, his answer was so profound. He chose the universe, reminding us that the cosmos embraces our little planet. Hearing him talk about the universe surrounding the Earth just makes you realize how deep his thoughts really go. When asked, yellow gold or white gold, he went with white gold, explaining that it feels more sophisticated and perfectly completes the stylish look he is aiming for. He feels it really polishes his aesthetic, and honestly, seeing him wear it, I have to say he has impeccable taste. Then came the fun question, dancing or singing? And you will love this. He chose singing because he has a blast belting out tunes in the shower. He said he finds singing much more enjoyable because of those private concert moments in the shower. And I bet we are all imagining that scene right now. So, singing was his final choice. Then for C-Sun or Fred, he didn't hesitate to pick the jewelry brand Fred. He smoothly explained that the brand's DNA already contains the essence of both the sea and the sun. So it is the perfect all-in-one choice. He insisted that Fred really has everything he needs. He ended it by saying, "I love you, Fred." And I'm pretty sure that clip was from a promotional shoot for the brand. He is such a professional flirt. Since this is for the January 2026 issue, it looks like our Jin's lovely relationship with the brand will continue well into the new year, which is fantastic news. Now, let's talk about our fearless leader, Namjoon, who celebrated his 31st birthday just last month on the 12th. I have some exciting little whispers to share. It seems our RM has been spotted enjoying himself over in Kyoto, Japan. It looks like he is on a lovely family trip, soaking up some quality time with his loved ones. Since this is a private vacation, if any of you lucky armies happen to see him, let's show our love by giving him space and not disturbing his peace. I am just so incredibly touched and happy that he chose Japan as the destination to make memories with his family. He is always working so hard for us, so the thought of him getting some proper rest and refreshment makes my heart feel so light. For those of you living in the Kansai area, I bet the air tastes a little sweeter knowing he is breathing it too. What a blessing. And finally, let's send some love to our golden maknae, Jungkook, who turned 28 on the 1st of last month. I know we all worry about his safety, so I am relieved to tell you that the authorities have taken action regarding that incident from August, involving a person in their 40s entering his parking area. It brings me great comfort to report that the Yongsan police station officially transferred the case to the prosecution on the 14th of this month, charging the individual with trespassing and stalking violations. Local media outlets like Insight confirmed this news on the 22nd, and it is good to know the legal system is working to protect our boy. To give you the details, this person was reported for entering the parking lot of his home in Yongsan District around 11:20 at night on August 30th. Thankfully, the police arrived quickly and handled the situation right then and there, arresting the person on the spot. In a separate matter, the Seoul Western District Prosecutor's Office decided on September 10th not to indict a woman in her 30s regarding a different attempted entry. According to the reports, the authorities explained that the attempt was unsuccessful, and there were mitigating factors considered. They noted that since she has returned to her home country, the risk of her trying anything again is very low, which is why they made that decision. This particular incident happened back on June 11th, the very day Jungkook was discharged from the military, which must have been startling. She was seen trying the keypad at his front door, but thankfully, alert neighbors sensed something was wrong and called for help immediately. I am so grateful for those neighbors looking out for him. The police arrived on the scene quickly and took care of the situation, making sure he was safe and sound. Apparently, during the questioning, she confessed that she had flown all the way to Korea just to catch a glimpse of Jungkook fresh out of the military. I mean, I know we all missed him, but that is wild. In the end, they decided not to press charges and let her go. Probably because she was visiting from overseas. But I'm just relieved the situation was resolved peacefully. But enough about that. Let's talk about our dreamy golden maknae, Jungkook. My heart literally skipped a beat when I heard he was spotted strolling through the streets of Seoul just a few days ago. Since he was seen right near the HYBE building, I have a sneaking suspicion he was heading in to record something amazing for us. I hope the recording is going smoothly. Gosh, I'm really looking forward to his next Weverse Live. I miss hanging out with him so much, don't you? It makes me so emotional just looking back. I remember crying happy tears on June 12th last year, when our precious Jin finally came home after enlisting back in December of 2022. Then, just about 4 months later on October 17th, our sunshine HYBE returned to brighten our world again. And this year was just a roller coaster of emotions. June 10th brought our leaders Namjoon and Tay back, and the very next day, the 11th, we got Jimin and Cookie back in our arms. When Yoongi finally returned on June 21st, our 7 boys were together again at last. I am sure many armies cried their eyes out that day, just like I did. One of them was even working hard in LA from July all the way through August to make magic for the album coming next spring. But I'm so happy he's back home in Korea now. I spend every day wondering what kind of incredible group activities they have in store for us next. I am absolutely dying to know when they'll drop the details for the world tour. I was so happy to share these little updates about our beloved members with you today. That is all I have for now, my loves. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to my story. Please don't forget to subscribe so we can keep supporting our boys together.